everybody. My name's Alan. On behalf of the crew, I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Bridging Heaven and Earth. What a time we live in now. I mean, I guess every time that we're alive and every time and every moment that we're alive, it's an extraordinary miracle. It's a miracle that we can look in the mirror and there's a consciousness that sees a face and sees a different face than the one next to us. But in a certain way, this is an extraordinary time where new paradigms, from competition to collaboration, from greed and money to love and dedication, a time when the world, in a sense, is shrinking that with the internet and with telephones and with, we don't know what day it is, what time it is, what country someone's from when we're emailing back and forth so much of the time. And we're finding that in this compression of a world and a compression of our hunger to know truth, that just amazing combinations and collaborations and people from all over the planet are rising up and saying, I know love. I want to share love. I want to feel love and share it. And no matter what the political systems are, no matter what the cultures of each country are, individual people, by the hundreds, by the thousands, by the tens of thousands, by the millions, by the tens of millions, by the billions in a way, are crying out to feel love and share it, to come together as a species on this planet and heal this planet, and bring this planet once again into balance, bring this planet once again into a harmony where love is the calling, where the bottom line is love, where the bottom line is sharing, where the bottom line is cooperation, where the bottom line is creativity and collaboration, where the bottom line is the experience of our connectedness, our oneness. And so much is happening around that. So much is happening around that vibration of coming together, of sharing love, of sharing creativity. I mean, as most of you know, we've had this, dream and vision about this art project that reached out to the world. And in doing that, tonight you're going to see works of art, of manifestations of that bridging heaven and earth from the Russian Federation, Siberia, from Israel. And these people come together in this project to heal themselves and heal the planet. And tonight's guest is from Europe. He's from Slovenia. He's from Croatia. And he's had an extraordinary journey. Zoran Hochstatter was a professional videographer, a successful videographer, a photographer, a director. And in his experience in this life, doing this incredible healing documentary, think about it, about Zdenko Domancic. I probably got it wrong, but he'll get it right. Domancic, I think that's right. This extraordinary healer for 30 years in Slovenia has an extraordinary clinic. And this clinic is like a healing wonder where people come from all over the world. And basically it's unknown in America. And Zoran was given the responsibility, after studying this bioenergetic therapy, to come to America and introduce it. And when he came to us and said, look at this video, see what Zdenko's doing, see what Zoran's doing, see what I've been taught to do, and let us bring this to America through bridging. We said, that's what we're here to do. We're here to do the healing. We're here to do the spreading of love. We're here to do the wonder and magic. And there are so many gifts available on this planet in so many ways. And Zdenko and Zoran are, just some of those. And these artists you'll see are some of them. But literally, we're getting calls and emails from all over the planet every day saying, we want to share love. We want to feel love and we want to share love. We want to know the oneness. We know Bridging Heaven and Earth is dedicated to the oneness, and we want to share it. So we have two beautiful videos tonight that were done by Zoran Zdenko, of that method of bioenergetic healing method, of an interview that Zoran did with Zdenko at his clinic when they talk about bridging, when they talk about being here in Santa Barbara and Zoran being on the show, and what this alternative way of healing, this alternative way that can be taught to each of us to heal ourselves and heal each other, and to harmonize and to get into harmony with that oneness. So we have two videos, and then we have these two extraordinary art pieces. And if people aren't aware of the art project, it came as a dream, it came as a vision, to reach out to everyone. Everyone is welcome. It's infinite, it's inclusive, no skill level, no format requirements, no time requirements. Just have the intention to produce a new original piece based on the theme Bridging Heaven and Earth. And we've been receiving extraordinary pieces. You'll see two of them tonight. You see two every show. Once every season we do a strict art show where we show like 15 or 20 pieces, and they're coming in so fast we might have to do more. You know, I mean, the crew just went, oh no, more. Those shows are kind of tricky. So we have two extraordinary pieces from Nina Gocharova from, as I said, from Siberia and the Russian Federation, and Hanalisa Omar from Israel. And let me read you, this is Nina's experience. She's from Russia, the Russian Federation, and her picture's called Ascension. And you will see that in between Zoran and I when we come back from the break in the first video. So this is Nina's experience creating this magical manifestation called Ascension, and you'll see it, it's oil on wood. I am a wanderer on my eternal road. And she sent this to me. She's from Russia, and she sent this in English. And it's on the bridging website, heaventoearthart.com. I am a wanderer on my eternal road. Every city has a hearth inn for people to find each other and awaken a God from within. It is we who choose our life path. There is a saying that life guides people who want to grow and pushes the ones who don't want to. Now we all take part in the unbelievable legend of people's ascension and the ascension of our planet. This picture presents the ascending path. When we totally trust life and move forward, and when we are courageous to meet changes and to be the change, we enter new and new gates. These gates lead to our shining inner world, always new and eternal. Sometimes we can think that we are alone, but it is not so. We are always together with the entire world. There is everlasting unity of heaven and earth, and it is we who are living bridges and living gates. The ascending path is the one chosen by millions of people who now create the legend about the new world being born here and now. We creating conscious shift, we are going wanderers day and night. We awaken consciousness and a gift. Every human being is a source of light. Like a gardener, we pour our loving sprouts of ascending life into new fields, and we know that the growing plants will be golden seeds for the future to build. We caress tenderly every plant and bring light from loving eyes, so that joy uplifts their spirit and all could follow the ascending paradise. So this is from Russia to California to everyone. So let's meditate, and then we'll see the first video. Thank you. So actually, while I was meditating, what was coming through my head, I mean, really, whatever you think you are, you're more. Whatever you think you are, you're more. So watch this video. It's Zoran Zdenko, the Zdenko healing method, bioenergetic healing, and then we'll have Zoran with us. So enjoy.
Ukoliko se ovom terapijom tretira pacijent koji boluje od AIDS-a, rezultati će biti vidljivi u 3-4 dana. Imamo leukemiju, kao što je gospodin pitao. Nakon jedne terapije naše, kod leukemije, objektivnim analizama krvi, vidit ćemo da je stanje popravljeno. To je jedino bitno u čitavoj priči. A ostalo, to nije za vas sada, to će biti posao znanstvenika u znanstvenim institucijama koji će jednog dana dobro shvatiti šta se događa.
I'm inviting to the stage our guest, the distinguished healer, Mr. Zdenko Domancic. Mr. Zdenko Domancic is a world-renowned healer. For over 25 years, using his own method of bioenergy healing, he and his students have helped more than 1 million people.
Bolesti ne zdravi niko. Medicina ne zdravi bolesti. Nego šta radi medicina? Putem određenih preparata, medikamenata, etc., ona pokušava ono što mi radimo opet na drugi način. Popraviti obrambeni sistem. Tijelo zdravi samo sebe. Medikament je provokacija simptoma te iste bolesti. Nije vakcina lijek, nego se ide opet na provociranje obrambenog sistema da bi stvorio antitijela, etc., etc. Prema tome, liječenje u onom smislu u kojem ga vi shvaćate, to ne postoji.
Healing with bioenergy, or laying of hands, is perhaps the oldest known method of healing and is practiced around the world. Bioenergy is believed to be cosmic energy, the life-sustaining force of the universe. 5,000 years ago in India, Hindus called it prana or breath. In China, it is named qi, where for centuries this vital energy has been used by Qigong masters to balance and invigorate the human energy field.
The Chinese saying of blood is the mother of qi. So all these years, the Chinese have thought of like blood and qi being related.
The Jewish mystical teachings of the Kabbalah describes this energy as the astral light. While throughout Christianity, glowing halos are shown around the heads of angels and saints.
There is an electromagnetic envelope surrounding and permeating the body.
In ancient Greece, Pythagoras, known as the first mathematician, believed that this vital energy was a luminous body capable of physical healing, and the renowned father of medicine, Hippocrates, described bioenergy as the force which flows through many people's hands.
It's not our physical dimension.
During the 1970s, a new method of bioenergy healing was introduced to the West by Zdenko Domancic. After treating thousands of people in the former Yugoslavia, his simple and effective therapy successfully underwent rigorous scientific research. Now, at the Domancic Bioenergy Clinic in Kranjska Gora, Slovenia, therapists help every health condition, from Parkinson's, epilepsy, diabetes, to Alzheimer's, cancer, heart disease, and stroke. As the word spreads, patients and students travel from around the world to attend his 4-day group therapy sessions and seminars. Today, bioenergy still cannot be scientifically defined, but in healing, the effects can be measured, seen, and most definitely felt.
Dakle, vi ćete moći vidjeti da sam ja u otopini kalcita, kalcijum karbonata. Ja sam energijom, dakle pogledom na tu posudu, stvorio od tih kockica cvijeće, stabla, pa su to nazvali skulpture uma. Iako to ja nisam napravio sam. Informacija života je već u ovoj energiji.
We began to work, to make research. We have to move to Ljubljana, to faculty, to institute, Josef Stefan, where we could see the changes after influence of this energy which goes through the therapy, through the hands of healer. We could observe these changes under electron scanning microscope. We can see the crystallization forms of calcium carbonate in the water solution. This is the untreated solution. We can see the different forms after treatment of Mr. Domancic. The form is a flower or blossom. So it's not a chaotic form. It has something to do with life. We could find always the same forms. Different, there's a few types. Which form we get, it's dependent of the method he's using. This is one of the effects which we can see after this manipulation of Mr. Domancic or his student.
Hi everybody, welcome back. So that was a beautiful video introducing the method, wasn't it? So and the picture you're seeing in between us is the picture I had talked about before that came in from the Russian Federation, Nina Goncharova, and it's called Ascension, and it represents the path to ascension, and she was the one I read the poem in English that she sent from Russia. So we're all in this together, and it's time we really made it happen. So Zoran, you're making it happen. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me how you got involved with Zdenko and the method and the healing and to introduce it to America and all.
Well, that's a long story. I mean, all of it? I mean, you want all of it?
Start at the beginning, we'll see how long we go.
See, I was, in my previous life, I mean, not, meaning five years ago, I was a filmmaker, a cinematographer, did things, and should I look there?
No, okay. We got a rowdy audience.
Yeah,
today.
rowdy audience. And when I moved to Europe from LA, I wanted to make a documentary about something interesting. And my wife found out about this amazing healer, Zdenko Domancic, that is doing all these things that sounded totally, impossible to me and very, very interesting. So I said, well, can we have a meeting with him? Can I meet the guy? Can we see him? Can we try to do the film about him? And, we got the meeting and met with him for half an hour in a cafe, which turned into 4 hours into a cafe. And we decided to make a film about what he does. So in order to do this, I said, listen, now I have to go back home and find out what you really do and, read up on it and, do my homework before I come and ask stupid questions. So he says, no, let me tell you, you should come to my seminar and you should learn the method, and then you'll know everything about it. Then you will know what to ask and how to do it. So I thought that was great, and both my wife and I took a seminar, the first level and the second level, and so on, and slowly started shooting, and it took 2 years. And in the meantime, while we were shooting it, I was already starting working with it. And it's such knowledge that once you learn it, it's very hard not to use it. It's very hard it's a matter of responsibility. It's, you know this, you can do this, you cannot not do it. So 5 years later, I am doing very little filming, but a whole lot of healing and teaching. Because, after I'd done the film and then Zdenko asked me to do some how-to videos for him, and I had to, shoot 4.5 hours of the method again and translate it to about 3 languages and subtitle it and everything. So he said, you know, you're probably, besides my son, you're the one that knows the most about this method. And you speak English, and you're American, so why don't you go back and introduce this to America? And I said, well, why not? And so that's what I've been doing. And for the last, it's been a little more than a year now, we have had about 10 or 12 seminars of level 1 here in the States, all over West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, and also some second level seminars. And so we have trained so far about 120, 130 therapists that are using the Domancic method in the United States and are happily working away, and it's great. So
why don't you talk a little bit about the method? I mean, and how it works and what it means to you, and just
yeah, it's there's lots of healing methods. There's a lot of ways to achieve the same goal, but this is an energy method. This is a bioenergy therapy, so it's similar in a way to every other method that you have seen, in the sense that, because there's only 2 things you do in any method, is to either add the energy or take the energy away. Although this particular...
So would you say that a method would either add or take away, and not... Would you have to do one of the 2 to harmonize an energy?
Yeah, well, if you're in, everything is in harmony. I mean, if you are in harmony with your environment, with yourself, with which is one thing anyway, with the nature, if your worldview is correct, you will be in balance. And as soon as you are in any way out of balance with whatever surrounds you, you will eventually become ill. And that
Diseased.
It's a disease, exactly.
Okay.
So you will, and that can, this will first manifest on all the other levels, but at the end it will come to your physical body. And this is when, most of the time, this is when people come to us, and because they have a physical disease. And it may be a chronic condition, it may be whatever, even injury, and we can help them. Now, obviously, we don't heal. Body heals itself. We don't do anything. We just bring in the energy, and the body knows how to use it, because this energy is informed. Like, there's only one energy. There's not like, well, this one is informed, the one we use is informed, the other one is lesser. It's not. There's only one energy. There's no good energy or bad energy. There's only, good and bad are just a measure. So it's one energy, and it's either too much of it or too little of it. Somewhere. Maybe in your, when we're always talking about the energy body, the energetic fields. We don't adjust bones. We don't make you ingest anything. We don't even diagnose, because we don't really need to know what's wrong with you, in a sense that to have a fancy Latin name for it. We do not, with this balancing of the energy, we do not address the illness. We address the health in you. And
the harmony, to bring it back into harmony.
And as soon as we bring you back, we bring that, what Zdenko calls the mechanic, your doctor in you, the mechanic of your immune system. Then as soon as we get the guy going again, you will heal. And it is what's different about this method is that it's very, very, very structured and very simple to actually execute and to learn and to teach.
Would you say it's intuitive, or it's so structured?
No, it's so structured that intuition and intuitive stages come in way, way later, once you are really doing this a lot and for a long time, and you will then listen to yourself and think, you will just know. But there's no intuition in the sense, you have precise recipes.
And it wouldn't be a different recipe for a different complaint or a different symptom?
There would be. There would be. There's protocols for each thing. We have a protocol. Now, of course, there is, how many diseases are there, how many conditions are there, but there's this general groups, and whether we add energy or take it out, extract it, or just balance it, or what we call cleaning, so enhance the function of the organ. And we do this all from the outside. It's totally uninvasive, totally natural, and green. This is now a big word. It's very green. So.
And the results are from Zdenko and from your experience in America with people who haven't had as much experience as he has is still extraordinary.
You know, obviously, you know, what he claims and what I claim, and when I teach this, why I can teach it, anybody can learn this. But obviously, anybody can learn how to ride a bike or play piano. Now, one will be a good pianist, one will be not so good. But everyone can learn, and everyone will have results. Everyone will, on that bicycle, get from A to B. It's just that someone will do it faster, more elegant, safer, without falling down or whatever, but they will make it. So in that sense, everybody can do it. And we have our students, this is where it's important. Zdenko has taught me. Now I can teach other people, and these people have the same results as any other people. So we have results after the first seminar, after the first level, which is, you know, basically a 3-day seminar, about 20 hours, and we are promising that you will be able to treat gangrene. So
after one seminar.
After one seminar, you will know exactly what to do, so somebody's foot or leg will not have to be chopped off. And I can guarantee you results. There is not always, this is simple, because this is, you know, as I said, you know, some things are harder than a simple leukemia. This is, you know, this is a simple thing because it's a matter of circulation. Now when you have other, this can come from smoking or from whatever. Now when you have other reasons, when people get ill because of the circumstances, because they're in disbalance with their environment, like with somebody they live with their family, with their friend, with their job, that is harder to heal because they
go
have
back
to, exactly. They have to make a change.
Right.
Yeah, we can't really, we're not that kind of service to tell people to get divorced or, you know, so we can't do that, or to change their jobs. People need their jobs. So we can, in those cases, help them, and they, you know, we will, if we want the healing to happen, we will have to reach them on the non-conscious level, and they will make decisions, and they will change things for them.
And your experience would be is that when they start to feel better, they don't want to start feeling worse, and if they can connect the dots, they will make the change.
Exactly, they will. Yeah, and most of them do. And some have to come more times than others, but there are in 4 days, because the treatment is 4 days, it lasts about 15-20 minutes each time, but it's 4 times in a row. And after that, everybody will see results, no matter
Can you
what.
do this on yourself?
No, not with this technology, not with this technique, not with this method, because this is based on a higher, stronger potential affecting the weaker potential, which is, you know, we are more coherent as healers, and we don't, actually it's not, none of our energy goes to you, it's just we channel the energy that is everywhere around us, and so we have to affect you. Like you cannot pour water from one glass, you have to have another glass to, you know, to the same glass, so you have to have 2 glasses.
Well, in a way, there's something beautiful about that. You know, it's like each person feeding the other person.
It is, you know, and we all are one anyway,
right.
And it's I think it's nice. It's nice, and that's why people like that. Actually, people, and it's theoretically, it's a hands-on laying of hands method, even though we, at the end of the day, we don't even have to touch people. But people want to be touched. People want to feel that heat that comes from your hands. And obviously, we don't have to touch people because we can do this long distance. We can do it. I have patients right now in Australia, Malaysia, and you know, I do them in Slovenia. Then I come to California. I keep on doing them, and it doesn't make any difference.
And would after 4 sessions, most of it be balanced better, and then it's just an upkeep, and how does that work?
Well, it depends. Sometimes it's that's it, 4 days, and that's it, and you never have to come back. Sometimes they will have to come back to keep it up a little bit. See, after 4 days, you will have still a period when this will work on you. So if, let's say, if you have work on your blood and you have a test, the 5th day, the test will show certain numbers. And then 10 days after, it'll be even better. it will still work because our physical body is called the
Because
dumb body. You know.
you got the person's immune system to work
they
better.
have to now.
So
The body
that's-
has to catch up with it.
Right, so that's just
yeah.
evolving and getting stronger
Exactly, yeah.
and working its
Yeah,
way through.
Yeah, and they will, heal. And a lot of times, I mean, again, I'm always joking about this simple leukemia. That needs more than 4 days. But things that people have problems with, like arthritis and the chronic conditions like that, are gone in 4 days. Gout, strong gout, very, very painful things. 4 days gone. Now, Parkinson's, MS, that'll take 6 months.
But your experience is that if somebody intended to be healed and came with an open attitude and an intention to do that, that they could definitely be improved.
Absolutely.
No question.
No question. Everybody. Of course, this is why they always have to come to us. Because there has to be my intention and his intention and attention, and then things happen. They're
An
obviously-
openness.
Yeah, openness. Or I should say better,
Blind faith.
They shouldn't be against it, because it works on animals, it works on plants, it works on children, so they don't have any bias, and they don't fight it. They're open. They're not against it. So other people, some people would just will already be doubting it, and but the children don't. And it works on everything, on every living thing. So it's a really and it's so elegantly simple. It's so simple. It's amazing.
And so you're feeling anybody with the intention to take the teaching seminar, the learning seminar, not to come just for a healing, who wants to learn the method, can, with reasonable...
If you have a reasonable psychophysical condition, let me put it this way, yes, they will be able to learn enough to help anybody, really. And Zdenko's dream is what he said. My dream is for this method to reside in everybody's home, because someday we will. I don't know if we will be living long enough, but everybody has. I mean, most everybody has at least 2 arms that they can use, and enough energy to help their own loved ones and family members and stuff. So it would be a great thing that if think of all the other implications, in terms of economy and stuff, what this means.
Wow.
It's very cheap.
All right, so maybe what we'll do is show the second part of the video. Why don't you actually introduce that? That's when you were at the clinic and you were asking the questions. They'll see that video now.
All right. So yeah, it's of course, Alan wanted to have Zdenko here, but
Who wanted Zoran to have Zdenko? And I can mispronounce his name all over the place.
and I said no. It has to be me, so Zdenko stays home.
Right.
So
He has to be at the
he
clinic.
has to be at the clinic. As a matter of fact, it's very hard for him. He's been to the States, of course. He's been a lot of places, but he doesn't really travel much. He has a responsibility. He has 1,000 people every month.
Wow.
So he has therapists that help him.
Over time he's had like millions.
A million people or more.
Right.
And it is 25, 30 years. And he just cannot go away. And I said, Zdenko, we have to go to London. We have to go because we have seminars in London as well. He goes, Zoran, I have people coming.
Right.
I can't do this. He takes summers off, but he just can't go away. So I had to go to him. And let's look at the clip and actually,
Okay,
we can talk about
here's a
it.
beautiful clip of Zoran Zdenko in the clinic in Slovenia. Enjoy.
When they invited me to Santa Barbara for the Bridging Heaven and Earth show, I decided to speak about the method that was invented by Mr. Domancic. And since he could not be with us here in Santa Barbara, I decided to take this little recording to introduce the creator of the method, the master, the one I'm going to be talking about, and the one who asked me to and sent me to America to introduce you to this method. And here he is, Mr. Zdenko Domancic, the creator and the author and the master of the method. That's why we call it the Zdenko Domancic method.
Hello, Santa Barbara.
I will ask Zdenko a couple of questions and he will give us answers. Zdenko, why did it take 30 years for this method to reach America?
First, I cannot explain myself perfect in English language, so I speak my mother language, and you can translate it after.
I will put subtitles under it.
Toliko dugo vremena je bilo potrebno zbog šoka koja je izazvala metoda, njezine snage i uspješnosti i suprotnih interesa. Dakle, najprije je bio šok, nevjerica, pa su govorili o hipnozi, o trikovima. Nikako nisu mogli shvatiti da postoji ta životna sila koju je moguće kanalizirati vrlo moćno, snažno, diljem kugle zemaljske, na distanci, direktno. Moja ideja je bila da kroz serije znanstvenih provjera, gdje je druga strana birala pacijente, metodologije, načine, pristao sam na svaku znanstvenu provjeru i uvijek sam ih potukao na neizlječivim bolestima. To je opet izazivalo šok, nisu razumjeli o čemu se radi, tako da su prolazile godine, naravno pacijenata je bilo u stotinama i stotinama tisuća, dakle danas već govorimo o nekim registriranim 1.250.000 ljudi koji su prošli moje terapije kroz različite moje klinike. Naravno, ideja je moja bila da ne možemo jednu tehnologiju ostaviti na jednom čovjeku što ne bi bilo pošteno prema ljudima. Ja sam počeo educirati ljude, školovati, dakle, nove terapeute i danas nas ima na tisuće, svugdje po svijetu. Uspješnih, manje uspješnih, ali u svakom slučaju ta metoda je zaživjela i to se više ne da zaustaviti. Ona je interesantna iz više razloga. Jedan je nevjerojatan uspjeh i brzina postignutog cilja i drugo je što je ona dostupna svakome. Ne treba imati pune žepove novaca da bi čovjek jednostavno otišao na terapiju, riješio svoj problem ili pak da bi se profesionalno bavio iscjeljivanjem po metodi koju sam stvorio.
Excellent. Do you believe that since there's so many clinics like yours and so many therapists in Europe, that this will also catch up in America?
Apsolutno. Naravno da sve ima svoje granice. Sve ima svoje dobre i loše strane. Dakle, nuspojave koje su eskalirale kad je u pitanju farmakologija, neuspjesi koji su vidljivi i kaos u medicinskom lobiju, da je otvorena, dakle, otvorilo je vrata ovoj metodi koja je prirodna, nema negativnih efekata i daje vrhunske rezultate upravo na stanjima i bolestima koja medicina ne kurira, ne liječi. Odnosno, liječi, ali ne uspješno, znači nema rezultata na njihom. Zato, svaki mjesec dana mene posjeti 1000 ljudi, putuju iz Amerike, Australije, iz svih krajeva svijeta, Europe, i nitko od njih ne bi imao potrebu da me vidi, da mu je njegov liječnik u zemlji u kojoj živi uspio riješiti problem.
And you are basically not in actual conflict with medicine, because this is not medicine.
Ja sam rođen u bolnici, ja sam u rodilištu rođen i bilo bi oportuno, bilo bi nepošteno imati nešto protiv medicine, jer na kraju krajeva u bolnicama radi puno i uspješnih i čestitih medicinskih praktičara. Nema sukoba. Dakle, medicina obavlja veliki dio posla. Medicina je znanost koja se bavi zdravljem ljudi, ona je to bila, ona će to i ostati, a mi ćemo se potruditi da se vremenom respektira i poštuje metoda koja kurira one slučajeve gdje je medicina nemoćna. Dakle, raditi zajedno u interesu pacijenta bez nekog rivaliteta, jer to na kraju krajeva ne radi se o prodaji auta, pa da sada preferiramo jedan ili drugi auto, na tom polju je bitan rezultat. Ko lakše, brže i efikasnije dođe na rezultat, odnosno ko pomogne bolesnom čovjeku, efikasnije, bolje, brže i jeftinije, taj ima pravo. i druga strana se nema zbog čega ljutiti. I još jedna vrlo bitna stvar. Amerika, koja je oduvijek ljubila demokraciju, borila se protiv diktature, ima mogućnost da prepozna jedan interesantan moment, a to je da je monopol diktatura. Monopol nikad nije bio pošten. Onog trenutka kad pacijenti mogu birati na koji će način rješavati svoje probleme, otvara se jedan novi prostor za jedno pošteno takmičenje u interesu pacijenta. A to takmičenje govori o tome da pacijent može birati, da ima izbor. Da nije pod diktaturom i monopolom, nego da može kazati ja otići ću na tu terapiju ili pak na neku treću.
Hi everybody, welcome back. So that was a beautiful, he's some interviewer, huh? That was a beautiful, so you got to hear it and see it. That's, you know, what was going on at the clinic and Zdenko and all. So the picture you're seeing in between Zoran and I is this extraordinary piece, Bridging Heaven and Earth, from Hannelisa Omer from Israel. It was one of the first pictures that came in for the art project. Just an extraordinary piece, one of the just magical pieces that are coming in from all over the world. Anybody who wants to join us in collaboration in healing the heart and acupuncture of the planet, everyone's welcome, everyone's invited. So if you want, contact us, go to the website, heaventoearthart.com and join us. So welcome back. Okay, so you took these things, you did the video, and you started doing it, and increasingly and more, the method and the results just like blow you away and draw you into that you have to do it more and more and serve more and more in that way.
Yeah, first is fun, because you learn how to bend people. So you go home and you look at that point of your wife and she goes, woof, you know, it's great. So that's the first is fun. Then, you know, somebody's got a headache and you take it out and all of a sudden headache's gone. Or whatever, little things that you try to do on friends and family. Of course, everybody thinks you're wacko. I mean, you think like, you know, Zoran's gone. We lost Zoran, so. But
he wasn't far from being lost earlier, but now I think he's gone over.
He's gone.
Right, I understand.
So, and then you see, you know, it's a matter of, I think it's a matter of responsibility. If you know this and you know how to help, not just somebody, but everybody, you cannot not do it. And this is what, you know, as Zdenko said in this interview. He said, listen, I mean, the idea was that I cannot carry this whole thing on my own shoulders. I mean, how many people can he treat? So he started educating people, and he, you know, there's now thousands and thousands of Domancic therapists. And, you know, some work more, some work less, but, you know, there's some obviously working with him. And the interesting thing is, as you see, as in the previous video, there's about 6 therapists working with him. So if you go to his clinic, you have 1 in 6 chance that he'll work on you. But it doesn't matter, because it is the same. And if you also, you could see that there's a lot of people. This is a huge clinic. You know, behind us, in the interview, this was before they started the day, and there were the guys scoofing around the back there. This is the team, and it's this huge space that holds probably about 5,000-6,000 100 people, and there is 120 people every day there for healing, and the treatment is individual, but it's in a group, because that makes it way more powerful, and all these people, all these therapists working together, is just the energy. It's just thick with energy. It's really great.
And we talk a lot about bridging, about healing the heart, and you know, how do you find that this method is just like healing the body and the being? And
look, people come to us because they have a physical problem, a pain or a disease, illness, condition. But that is a result of something. That is a result of being disconnected, of being in disharmony with the world, whether it's your little microcosm or the big worldview. You can get sick because of your worldview. You can get sick because of you are really off, you know, in any way, politically, for Christ's sake. So you will get sick, and when they get sick, they come to us. So when we heal them, they get in balance, they get back together. They're, you know, that's that they are not separated anymore from. This is why we get ill, because we separate ourselves from the rest of the ourselves, from the rest of the world, from nature. It's all one. So when we put them back together, then that is, of course, healing the earth as well. And when Zdenko has done, over 1 million people, that's a big chunk of humanity. Yeah.
Right.
And he is not done yet, and there's more and more people. Look, I mean, even my humble self, I'm so proud to be humble, I have taught now about 120, 130 people, and each of them has helped. It goes exponentially. So, and it's funny because in America nobody knows about it because it was hidden from the media. But it's been around for 30 years. People come from all over the world to his clinic. This is, it's using Chi Prana, whatever Bioenergy is. People from China, people from India come to Slovenia.
How did he come to it? Did he learn it from somebody, or did he?
His first contact with energy and energy work was through martial arts, and then he got interested in that and studied and did some research. He checked out all the shamans and all the shamanism and everything around the world, all kinds of healing modalities. And then he was in some way, I don't know exactly how, he was invited to this research for bioenergy research in Russia and Soviet Union then, because in the 80s and 70s there was enormous research done in the East, in Eastern Europe about this, and like in only Soviet Union had 20 institutes that just did that. So he was for a while a part of this research that they did, and that's where he learned more. And then he told me, well, then I invested in myself and just decided that the real purpose of this, the real use of this energy is for healing. I mean, of course, you can use it. Every medicine is poison. Every poison is medicine. So you can use everything for different things. But it really is the only way to use this is healing, and that's what he decided. Stopped everything else, and is healing for the last 30 years. So that's how he got into it. And then, of course, as I learned, and I am getting better and stronger every day. But imagine how much stronger and better he's getting every day. So he's 30 years ahead no matter what, and he always will be. But and what we do is not what Zdenko can do. What we do is what Zdenko taught us that we can do for other people. But I'm sure that he can do way more.
But theoretically, if you're a clear channel and that energy, the oneness energy, God energy,
Absolutely.
is coming through you, once you learn the method or technique, then every person who's letting a clear channel of that would be the same.
And we will teach you how to become a clear channel. It is very simple. It is frightfully simple.
Do you feel different when you're doing the thing? I mean, you go around your life and you're Zoran in cinematography, and you have your likes and dislikes, and you're like this private person, and you go into a seminar, you go into a healing. Does different energies flow through you? Do you feel more open? Do you feel, how does that?
Well, yes, I do, but I don't distinguish this anymore. It's after I learned this, I literally became a different person. And I claim that everyone that goes to Zdenko's clinic or to my treatment or to my seminar or his seminar will go through a profound change. There's no question about it. So even when I now still sometimes shoot films or commercials or something, I am still I'm still a healer. And right. I am different now, and I look at things differently. I am not just calmer, more balanced and tolerant. And I just don't sweat the small stuff anymore. I mean, when you help people with really life-threatening conditions, what's the traffic? I mean, it's really not a big deal. And so people will change. People that will come to our seminars, people that will learn Zdenko's method will change, because it's structured in such a way that it will hit you. It will hit you all the way down, and it is fun.
Because it's energetic.
It's energetic. Yeah. We all are energy. We are vibrations. So all we do is we bring this vibration that is vibration of health, which is we were made to be healthy. And if we're not, then we were made to heal. Now, of course, we can again be hindered. Now we bring this information in, which is vibration, which is frequency. And now our cells will start vibrating in that normal, through me, they will start oscillating in the right frequency. And so if they're not in the right frequency, they will now be pushed into it and will get it and start, vibrating in the right frequency. Or if not, they will not be able to resonate with the rest of the healthy body, and they will get expelled. They will just, either they will turn into normal healthy cells, or they will say, I give up, off you go.
And so, in a lot of different aspects of life, you can be brought into harmony or brought into an experience. And then the question is, how do you, if your habit patterns brought you into this disharmony, how do you get your habit patterns to change? So what you're saying is that once the energies and the immune systems are in a more harmonious state, in a more healed state, that will be to change the momentum.
We have to reach them on that non-conscious level. I don't say subconscious, but it's really a non-conscious level, where they will start being careful in what they think, because the thought is the most important thing. So you get ill and sick because of either your thoughts or my thoughts or somebody else's thoughts.
That I let in somehow.
Exactly. So we, if you want to stay healthy, now, this is one thing is I can tell you, you should do this and this, and then you will either do it or not. But if I get to you through the healing, then you will actually pay attention, and you will start doing that, which is when we say, you have to watch what you think. And this is, Zdenko is always quoting this as something from the Talmud. This is not something we made up, and this is something that has been an old wisdom ever since. Watch what you think. Because what you think is what you do, and what you do creates habits, and habits create character, and character is your destiny. So you're always 3-4 steps away from your destiny with every thought. Look, the thought is it's the most important thing there is. Everything is a thought. So there would be nothing without a thought. This building wouldn't exist if somebody wouldn't think it first. So in order to have a building, there has to be a thought first. So think about what else can a thought do, or a lack of it. What can be lacking because of a different or wrong thought. So thinking is very dangerous. So people should watch what they do and watch what they think. And this is how we bring them out of that, trying to bring them out of that pattern, so they don't go back to the same pattern, and then nothing changed, and they will either not heal, or they will get ill again, or the illness will come back as something else. And some people, need their illness. The illness is a great excuse for not being successful, or not being rich, or not being whatever people expect from life. And then it's like, I could just, but I couldn't, because I was ill and I couldn't do it, And I would be so happy if only I was healthy. And I always say, well, you'll be so healthy if only you were happy. So don't worry, be happy. It's actually quite a profound thing.
Bobby McFerrin.
So Bobby McFerrin is a healer.
Doing a special.
You should have him next, It's, it is actually, I was, also, when I was doing films.
Why don't you, we got 30 seconds left. What do you want everybody in the world to know about this method and about this bioenergetic healing?
Everyone can learn it. Everyone can do it. And it's really, really simple and effective.
That's beautiful. Well, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's really so, everybody, what an opportunity. What an opportunity was presented by Zoran tonight. What an opportunity for all of us to be here, to be together, to be collaborative. There are so many ways. Let's just reach out. So if you want any information, Alan, 805-687-2053. 805-687-2053. We love you. Good night. God bless you. Join us in the meditation. Good night.